Now I'll take a look at my wife's Beretta Bobcat Model 21A, chambered in 22 long rifle. Pretty nice little gun. Double action pistol. It's about 11.5 ounces. The length of it is 4.8 inches. The height is 3.7 inches. The width is 1.1 inch, and the barrel length itself is 2.4 inch. And you can actually see that because it does have a pop-up barrel, which is kind of nice. You can load one round into it. We'll go ahead and safety check. We'll drop the magazine. Hammered back. Works the slide. And again, you can pop that barrel open just to verify it is clear. So just with a closer look at it, as you take a look, it's got the logo on the grip, kind of a plastic composite grip that's screwed onto the actual steel frame. It does have the hammer exposed. Put that barrel back down, you can work that. It also does have the safety on this side. You can switch it on, switch it off, and it also has the barrel tip here for you on that side, the button to do that. To disassemble a gun, it's pretty easy. Just make sure your hammer's back. You'll use the barrel tip up button. You go ahead and push that forward so it pops up. The barrel itself, then you just kind of push it forward there. The slide is kind of free floating at that point. It just kind of hinged in there more or less. So it's kind of a motion where you go back and then kind of forward and up at the same time, and then kind of reverse to get it back in there when you're going to put it back together. You kind of just push it back in. Once you have the gun disassembled, you just have the slide portion of the gun, which is pretty easy. There's no loose parts in there at all or anything, so you're able to kind of just scrub that out. And then the frame of the gun, as well as the barrel, kind of get in the places there. It's not too difficult to get a brush in there at all. To clean, I just kind of start with the barrel first, work with the barrel, make sure I get some stuff in there, and then I'll go ahead and scrub up the rest of my parts. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now when I clean this, most with all my pistols, I try to refrain from getting too much solvent inside the housing there for the firing pin. So I kind of always keep it in a downward position and then use my brush to kind of make sure that the solvents aren't getting up into the piece itself there. Just because it's so hard to remove a lot of those solvents from there once you have them in there. You can use gun oil. That's kind of what I use to wash things out, but that will still leave behind a lot of stuff that you just really don't want in that firing pin area. So when you have all your pieces kind of brushed up with the solvent on the metal pieces, I go through with just a cloth, an old rag or whatever you have around the house, and just kind of wipe down the pieces, get a lot of that solvent off there as best as possible. Once I'm done wiping down the solvents off the gun with just my cloth, what I'll do is kind of go back and work back to the barrel. I'll usually run maybe the brush down it one more time. I'll go ahead and put one of these cotton swab type deals down it. Maybe a boar snake down it at that point, kind of clear up any of the last residues that are left behind. Then I'll go back through and I'll use some of this gun oil, whatever kind of gun oil you have, and put a layer of gun oil down the barrel, just using a patch and the rod. So we'll go ahead and do that. So once I've gotten my barrel taken care of, make sure it's lubed up nice and there isn't any issues in there with any kind of fouling or anything, then I go ahead and I grab one of these REM oil wipes, which are real nice. I found that just wiping down the gun prior to doing any kind of after treatments, especially on the inside of the gun, this is really nice. It gets kind of a nice coating of oil and, all over the interior. It prevents the rust and corrosion. Displaces moisture and removes fingerprints, it says, and I've had a lot of success with it. Works well. Once I've used my REM oil wipe all over the slide and the frame of the gun, what I'll usually do is wipe down with the cloth rag the exterior parts of the gun, just get that oil off those parts, because obviously we don't need to have oil all over that, but leave the oil remaining on a lot of the interior parts and the inside of the slide there. It definitely doesn't hurt and will protect the insides of those parts. After that, what I usually do is I'll go back and I'll use a wax treated gun cloth over the rest of the gun, the exterior parts of the gun, and then I'll follow up with a silicone cloth wipe. And both these products, the wax cloth kind of just protects it, makes it look nice, leaves a nice finish on it, and the silicone cloth will actually protect it, leave it a little bit better for the elements, and keep it in a little bit better shape for you. So we'll go ahead and do that. Once we have that done, it's just a matter of reassembly. Go ahead and for pieces back together here. Going back down, pushing that down, pushing the barrel down over the top of it, locking it all back in. We can go ahead and test it as make sure the slide works, functionality test. Work the action, make sure that works. Everything looks like it's working good. We'll go ahead and just for good measures, we'll throw the magazine and just make sure nothing with the magazine release here had an issue. Looks like it's working, functioning properly. And there we go. We have the disassembly, cleaning, reassembly of the Beretta Bobcat 21A 22 long rifle. Hope this helps. Thanks.